Welcome back to those who are already subscribed, and welcome to anyone who's catching this video for the first time on this channel. My name is Sacpegoat, and I'm the naturopathic nurse for Kemetic Wellness Sacred Healing Center. So if you're coming in, go ahead and hit the like button on this video and subscribe to come back, okay, if you haven't already. Today we're going to be talking about why your narcissistic family members mistreat you. Now, I really didn't think I needed to make a video on this because I thought I had talked about this in other videos. But I understand, well, first let me say this video was actually inspired by two different people who asked this question this week. And so I know if two other people asked this question, you know, other people are having the same inquiry, you know, people are thinking about the same thing. So I felt, okay, let me just come on and do a video on this and talk to everyone, okay? Greetings, Nubian goddess. Welcome. So I understand why people, when they talk about particular topics, they teach the same thing over and over and over again, but in different ways. And that's actually what a good teacher does. You teach the same topic over and over, but in different ways. And I understand, as somebody who has gone through abuse, that I needed to binge watch these videos. I needed to read books and books and books on these topics for years to fully understand it and to fully separate myself from the abuse. You understand? So I do get it. I do understand. So let's talk about why your family members are mistreating you. Number one, because they are miserable. They're mistreating you because they are miserable, okay? It's nothing that you did to cause your family to treat you in a nasty way. It's nothing that you did. And if you did something, you know what you've done. But if you're sitting here like, what did I do to this person? And I know that you're gonna have those feelings because I've had those feelings before. And you never get a real answer as to what you did because there is nothing that you did to cause them to mistreat you. They are mistreating you because they are wicked and miserable. And misery loves company. When people are miserable and they don't know how to find peace within themselves, and you are in close proximity to them and they see you peaceful, happy, undisturbed, they feel like, well, why the hell should I be the only one upset and miserable and you get to be happy? And so they want you to be miserable too. And so they do things to cause you to feel miserable. And the way that they do that is by treating you like trash. So it's not anything that you did. Please get rid of any guilt or any shame or any ideas that you are cursed or that God or the divine, the creator, has given your family members more favor over you, and that you are cursed in some type of way. That's simply not true. You are just in a bad environment. You are in an environment with people who are miserable, and they seek to make you miserable because they want company. They don't want to be miserable by themselves, and you out here happy. Why you get to be happy and they can't be happy? So they want to take your happiness from you. That's why. Okay? The other reason that they mistreat you is because, as I said, you may be the person in your family that has certain qualities that they do not have. You may be prettier than your siblings, okay? You may be as beautiful or more beautiful than your parent, whether, you know, as a woman you're more beautiful than your mom, or as a son you're more handsome than your father was. And they see all of that in you, and they see all of the potential. That it's like they're seeing themselves, but they're seeing all of the things that they missed out on because of bad decisions that they made in their life. And they feel envious. They feel envious that you have that chance and they don't have that chance anymore. You understand? It kind of reminds me of a movie that I resonated with a lot as a child, and it's the Cinderella movie. And if you know the story of Cinderella, she was born into actually a wealthy family. Her father was wealthy, but he died, and he married this really horrible, wicked woman, and she had 2 other children, and that woman pretended to be nice while he was alive, but once he died and the fortune was in her care, she basically made Cinderella a slave in her own house. And Cinderella was naturally more beautiful than her daughters. She was more talented than her daughters. You know, I remember the scenes where they had music lessons, they had singing lessons, and they sounded horrible. Even with all the lessons, they sounded absolutely horrible, like nails on a chalkboard. And then you would just see Cinderella going through the house and humming and singing, "Ah-doo-doo-doo, ah-doo-doo-doo." You know, she would just be, because it was spirit, you know, led. She just had a beautiful spirit on her. So she had natural qualities that they could see, and they also could see that they didn't have them. And they didn't like that. They didn't like that. So very likely you have certain qualities about you that your family members don't have, and they can see those qualities in you, and it makes you shine a lot brighter, and it makes them feel insecure. They don't like it. So that is one of the reasons why they mistreat you. Okay? As I said, they're envious. They're envious. Okay? There's nothing more dangerous than a person who is envious of you. There's nothing more dangerous. A person who is envious will intentionally destroy your life. They will drive you to suicide. They will set you up to be killed. They will set you up to go to jail. You cannot imagine how far someone will go out of envy for you. That is a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous person who is looking at you with envy in their eyes. And if you're dealing with family members who are envious of you, you need to get the hell away from them. You need to get away from them, because they will destroy you. And there's no end to it. There's nothing you can do to appease somebody who's envious. You think that I'll just be a little nicer, you know, whatever it is that they want, I will do it a different way. Okay, so this caused an issue, now let me do it this way. You're gonna drive yourself crazy doing it. You're gonna drive yourself crazy doing that. And what this develops, what being in a very toxic home develops, is people-pleasing behaviors. And it's really a survival mechanism from being in a hostile environment for extended periods of time, because you're trying to avoid being mistreated. And so what you're doing is you're realizing, okay, I did this and I was treated this way, so let me do things a different way that's going to please the person who's hurting me so that I don't get hurt. You understand? And you'll end up doing this in other areas of your life, and you will continue to be treated the way that you're being treated in your family and other areas of your life. And then you'll begin to believe that you're cursed in some way, or that something is wrong with you, and that's not true. That's not true. You've just been conditioned to respond to things in a particular way, and you can undo that. Okay? The other thing is, you are being rejected because you were selected. Let me say that again. You are being rejected by your family because you were selected by the divine creator. You were selected by the divine creator to bring about a different experience, a different blueprint in your bloodline. Do you understand? Because of the fact that you have a different heart than your family, you think differently than they do, yes, you're standing out. And you're standing out for a reason, because you were selected by the divine creator to create a new blueprint in your family. You have to understand, as Black people, we have generations of trauma that we never got healing for. Global racism has done severe damage on our bloodlines. Our place and our time in history has been disrupted, and who we were prior to that experience, we are not those people anymore. Do you understand? There was no therapy for us after slavery or after colonialism, and we still experiencing it. We are still experiencing these things. It did not go away. And in this time right now, you are being called upon. We're all being called upon where the veil is being lifted. We're literally moving into a new dimension. We're moving into a new age. We're coming out of the Piscean age, which is the age of control. Okay, religious control. We are now in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of enlightenment, which is why there's so many people who are woke or who are waking up. The veil of ignorance is being lifted. We were never supposed to come out of that. We were intentionally stripped of our language, our spirituality, our culture, everything that we were, and separated from that and made into who they wanted us to be, which are like beasts of the field. They wanted us to be like animals who didn't even know we were human. It's going to take time for us to return to who we really are. And there are going to be people who are so stuck in that mindset of slavery. They're so stuck. They're thinking and they're seeing the world through the eyes of their oppressor. That's why they evil like them. That's why they got that wickedness in them, because they stuck in that world. And you have a different heart. Your ancestors needed somebody to come forth who had a different heart, who was not going to look at the way things have been going and say, I got to go along with the system because I just don't want to be hurt by massa. I don't want massa to come along and do me like they did them. No, you have a different heart. You're like, no, that's not right. You can see through the bullshit. You can see through the lies that everybody else don't see through. And they know you can see through them, and they don't like it. You are being rejected by your family because you were selected by the Most High to create a new experience in your bloodline. Do you understand? I know you love your family, but you are the culmination of the people that you spend the most time with. If you continue to spend time around toxic people, you become more like them. So the Most High needs to separate you from them so you can hear the voice of the Creator. You can hear the messages coming forth from your benevolent ancestors who want to guide you into your purpose. So you have to come out from among them. You have to come out from among them. That's why you're being isolated, and that's why you're being separated, and that's why you're being rejected. You're on a different frequency. And that's where you're supposed to be. So Gabe Esridge says, indeed, you are... I hate these comments go by so quickly. Let me see. Indeed, you are speaking real facts, and we need to start addressing the root causes with the warrior spirit. It's time to form a new paradigm. Ashe. It is time. It is time. And this is the time. This is the time. Can you not see all what's going on right now in this world? You came here in this specific time for a very specific purpose. Okay? They're your blood family, but you have a soul family here as well. You have people who are here on this planet who think like you do, who have a loving spirit, who are here to raise the frequency of the planet. Okay? All right. Another reason that they are mistreating you is that they don't want you to accomplish that mission. They can see that you're doing things different than they do, and that you have a different heart than they do. And they don't want you to accomplish what you came here to accomplish, because doing so would make them look bad. It's like if you've ever seen families, for example, that are drug addicted, right? And then you have that one member of the family that's like, I don't want to do drugs. I want a different life. I want to go to school. I want to be a teacher or a doctor or whatever else. Do you think they're going to be getting along well with a drug addicted family? No. They're not going to get along well with them. The nail that sticks out needs to be hammered down. And that's what they're trying to do, is hammer you down. They're trying to beat you down. Because if you come out from them looking like gold, okay, being a doctor, being all this, and the rest of them are drug addicts, it shines a light on what they're doing. But if everybody's doing dirt, then they can all lie to themselves. They can all continue to say, well, this is what everybody doing. This is normal. This is normal. This is perfectly normal. But because you're doing something different, you are now making them aware of what they're doing that's toxic, and they don't like it. And instead of realizing that you are a mirror to them, you are actually a mirror showing them who they really are. Because they're not interested in being self-aware, they're not interested in being accountable, they're not interested in reflecting on themselves. They are blaming you as the messenger for their issues. So they're projecting whatever uncomfortable feelings come up by your presence, they're projecting it onto you and making you the problem. That's why they're mistreating you. It's not because you did anything wrong or because there's anything wrong with you. Okay? The other reason, so this goes into exactly what I just said, which is they have their own traumas. They have their own demons that they are fighting, that they don't want to face. From a very, very young age, for myself, I started doing self-help work because I always knew that I was a healer. I always knew that I thought differently than my family, and I was never afraid to look at the dark parts of myself. I was never afraid to do, this is what you call shadow work, where you look at your shadow. You look at all of you. You look at the good, you look at the bad. You're not afraid to say, okay, this is where I'm doing wrong. Let me do a little bit better here. You're not afraid to look at the great things about you and say, I did that. You understand? You know how to look at all angles of yourself, but some people are not self-aware, and they're afraid. They're afraid of themselves. They're afraid of their demons. They're afraid of their insecurities. They're afraid of the lies that they told themselves that be slapping them in the face every single day. So when you show up and you're that mirror, they're like, no, I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I don't want to look in the mirror. And so they get angry at you. They're lashing out at you because you're revealing something about them that they don't want to see. They're not self-aware. They're not willing to face those demons. How many of your toxic family members need to go to therapy? And how many of them have actually gone to therapy? Probably none. But I bet you have. I bet you're willing to go to therapy. You're willing to look at those spaces in yourself and heal. They're not willing to do that. And when people are not willing to do their own work, they're going to find someone else to blame because they don't want to be held accountable. Do you understand? So this is why your family is mistreating you. It's not about you. If you want to stop the mistreatment, there's several things that you have to do. If you're in the situation with them, you have to begin to create boundaries. You have to begin to say no and let your no mean no, and let your yes be yes. You have to stop arguing with them. They are really trying to steal your energy to distract you off of your purpose. Stop going back and forth with them. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Okay? Stop going back and forth with them. You're wasting time. You're wasting energy. We are infinite beings, but we only have a finite amount of energy in this lifetime. You only have a certain amount of energy every single day, and you only have a certain amount of days on this planet. We all gonna die one day. You understand? Your energy, you don't get it back like that. Your time, you don't get it back. So stop wasting your time and wasting your energy going back and forth with your family members. You're coming to the table for healing, and they're coming to the table for manipulation. You think that you're going into a discussion with them trying to heal the situation, and that's not their intention. So stop wasting your time. Focus on your purpose and on your goals. And if you don't know what your purpose is, that's where you need to focus. You need to figure that out and get busy, because you came here for a purpose. You didn't come here for no reason. You're here for a purpose, and it's not to be your family's emotional punching bag. It is not to be a dump for people who don't want to deal with their own feelings. Your purpose is not to be the emotional trash can of your family. So you need to get better boundaries. You need to stay away from them and go and live your purpose. Go get busy doing your own work. Do you understand? And if you are in the situation with your family, in the household with your family, you need to start planning to get out. Get out. Get out from the sunken place. You're in the sunken place right now. That's where they're trying to keep you. They're trying to make you think that there's something wrong with you, that you're cursed, that you're horrible, that you're the evil one, that you're a witch. Whatever labels they threw on you, they got you in the sunken place thinking that your life is nothing, and it's a lie. It's a lie. Get out of the sunken place. Get out of there. Okay? And it's going to hurt. It's going to be hard to do it. That's why, when I did it, I had to rewire my brain to really understand what narcissism is, and to understand that they really genuinely don't mean me well. Stop thinking of them as this is my family. Yes, they're your blood relatives, but they're not your family. Family is something different. Family is about the way that you treat other people. Family is loving. And yes, family has disagreements, but it's not done out of manipulation. It's not done to hurt you. There should always be a mutual respect and love in family. And if they're not treating you like that, then you have to just understand and recognize them as blood relatives and not as family. You have to see them for what they are. Narcissists and energy vampires. Because if you continue to look at them as, but this is my mom, but this is my brother, this is my father, this is my sister, this is my cousin, then you're going to stay in that mindset that allows you to keep going back to them and to keep being stepped on. And if you stay in a situation with them, then you deserve to be mistreated. Let me say that again. If you stay there in the situation where people are mistreating you, you deserve to be mistreated. And I don't say that to be mean. I'm telling you that that is the energy that you are giving to the universe. You're telling yourself that this is what you deserve by staying in the situation. Because if you didn't deserve it, you wouldn't be there. You would leave. If you believe that you deserve better, you would leave. You are also telling them that you accept it, because you are accepting it. You are accepting it. You're staying there. So you're telling them you deserve it. And guess what they're going to give you? More of what you deserve. More of what you've been accepting. They're going to keep giving it to you. So if you know that you desire a different experience and that you deserve a better experience, then give it to yourself and get out. Get out of that situation with your family. Get out of that. There was another comment that came in from Gabriel. Let me see what he said. He said, yes, sis, don't feed your family's negative forces. That in itself is a masterclass of learning the traits of mental illness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Narcissism is mental illness. You have to be mentally ill to do something to somebody else and then turn around and say, I didn't do that. Actually, this person is the one who did it and I'm the victim. Mental illness is any thought process that exists outside of reality. When you are seeing things that are not there, that's a mental illness because that's not reality. Do you understand? So any thought process that is outside of what is real, what is reality, is a mental illness. So when your family is doing things like this to you, knowing that they're doing stuff like that to you and then telling you, oh, no, I didn't do that. I'm actually the victim. This person is evil. Knowing that they're doing evil to you, they're not right. They're not right. And they're trying to drive you crazy. They're trying to drive you crazy. And they will drive you crazy if you stay in the situation. They will drive you absolutely insane. And you need to get out before this turns into something that you can't come back from, because it will. You have to understand that narcissistic abuse, scapegoating, this is domestic violence. You may not understand that. You may not know that you're in a domestic violence relationship with your family, but you are. It is violent to mistreat somebody over and over and over and over and over again, to the point that that person considers or attempts to kill themselves. That's what it's leading to. You're either going to, everybody has a breaking point. You're either going to snap and you're going to hurt yourself, or you're going to hurt one of them and end up ruining your life. It's going to affect you one way or another if you don't get out of the situation. Get out of that. Don't think that there's not another life for you. There is another life for you. A better life, a happier life, a more peaceful life. I have never been more at peace than I am right now. And based on a lot of the circumstances, I don't supposed to feel like this. A lot of people would be surprised, like, you actually happy being in this situation? Yes, because I don't have nobody terrorizing me every day. I don't have anybody bothering me. I wake up in peace because that's my norm. That's my set point. Do you understand? That's my natural vibration. So unless you're disturbing me, I don't have no reason to be angry. I don't have any reason to be sad or upset. It's people putting their own nasty energy into you, and they keep placing it there. They keep digging the wound deeper. They keep throwing salt in the wound. You think there's not going to be a blow up at some point? You're going to explode. And who knows what that's going to look like? Who knows what it's going to look like? They're going to drive you to hurt yourself or to hurt somebody else. Get out of that. There was another comment that came in from Calvin. Calvin said, I truly needed to hear this. You truly opened my eyes. I'm so glad that your eyes are opening. I'm so glad. So for those of you who stayed to this point, I want to introduce something to you, which is a program that I have called the High Vibration Nutrition Program, and it was designed specifically to help those looking to heal from trauma. Everything that I have in this program is me. I'm giving myself to you and showing you what I did for myself that worked for me. Do you understand? It's based in ancient African teachings. This is Kemetic wellness, and we know that your healing is in your culture. You're going to be learning how to raise your vibration through food. A lot of y'all been eating crazy food, okay? Food that is not really food. And it also is lowering your vibration. You can begin to change that energy that has been within you, that toxicity that's been planted within you by your family, by raising your own vibration. You have to build your energy back up so you stop experiencing these things. Because that same low vibe, you're carrying it around with you into other places and thinking, there's something wrong with me. Why I keep experiencing this? Because those thoughts are still playing in your head. You got to change your vibration. You have to raise yourself back up. You understand? So you're healing through ancient African natural lifestyle, through energetic healing, and through using food as medicine. Okay? The High Vibration Nutrition Program for the spring season launches April 4th. So if you want to get into that, the seats are limited and it is at the lowest price that it will ever be at. So you can go to kemeticwellness.com/programs. I'm going to put the link in the description and pin it to the comment section after this video is up. So go there, sign up, join us. We're going to be doing this as a part of a community, as a group. Okay, going through this healing process together. If you know you deserve better, act like you know. Okay, act like you know. Also, those who join the High Vibration Nutrition Program are also going to get the 21-day detox. Okay, you can join the 21-day detox. It starts April 4th as well. Okay, April 4th. 21 days, you're going to be feeding yourself the highest quality plant-based foods. You're gonna feel like a different person at day 21. You're gonna feel like a different person at day 21. There's no way you can't raise your vibration when you're putting in the highest quality plant foods, steamed foods, live foods, fresh juices, herbs, sea moss. All of these different foods are going to raise your frequency. So you have the 21-day detox starting April 4th. If you join the High Vibration Nutrition Program, you get the detox included. You have the High Vibration Nutrition ebook that you're going to get. Whichever program that you join, you're going to get that ebook. I'm going to be guiding you. We're going to have guest speakers as well. Come and do your healing work. Come do your healing work. Okay? There was one more comment that I saw. Gabe says, congratulations on your peaceful state. It really is a divine place. Ashe. It definitely is a divine place. It definitely is. And I'm wishing the same for all of you. Whatever you do, go ahead and get yourself out of that situation and begin to raise your vibration. Okay? I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.